What is going on, guys? It is New York Sports Hub here, and I am back at it with another New York Yankees post-game recap. And in this video, we're going to recap Wednesday night and Thursday night's game, the final two games of the series between the New York Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays. Talk about how Jordan Montgomery pitched, talk about how Garrett Cole pitched, talk about the umpires, talk about the at-bats, talk about just the team in general, and preview the series starting tonight between the New York Yankees and the hated rivals, the Boston Red Sox. We'll talk about that series at the end of the video. But since I was late to make the to make Wednesday night's video, I didn't have time to make that video, so I delayed it till the next day, and then I didn't have time. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to make last night's video either because I just figured that I could just preview the series and talk about the past two games in one video. So I decided to wait for a few days and make the video now, talk about the final two games of the series, and also talk about the series upcoming between the Yankees and the Red Sox. So let's talk about Wednesday night's game. So Jordan Montgomery got the start in Wednesday night's game, and I thought he was very, very, very solid. 6 1/3 innings, one earned run, 3 runs in total. And got into a decent amount of jams in the game. He had there was a few times in the game where I thought he was going to implode. The Rays had like first and third, one out, second and third, no one out, and he found a way to get out of those innings, only giving up 1 run. He gave up the RBI ground out to Margot, which wasn't really an RBI. They got the fielder's choice out at third base, but he found a way. He worked around Odor's error. There was second and third, no one out. He got out of that inning, only giving up 1 run. And then he had first and third, I think, 1 out, runners at the corners, and he gave up just a sac fly to Diaz, made it only a 4-2 game. So Monty did a very good job. He didn't lose confidence when he got into jams at certain points in this game. He had a lot of opportunities to blow the game, but he found a way to to stay confident and find ways to get out of the inning. So I thought Monty did a very good job. Another very solid outing against the Rays. It's always good to pitch well against your divisional opponents, and that's what I thought that's what Monty did. I thought Monty was very, very good, and he is developing as a very solid starting pitcher in this league. I don't think he's going to be our number 3 for much longer. I think when Kluber and Severino get back, he's going to be our number 5 behind Tyone, Kluber, and Sevy. Obviously, if Tyone picks it up, which I think he will, he'll be our number 4, then Monty will be our number 5. But Jordan Montgomery is a very solid number 5 starting pitcher, and you just love to see him pitch well, especially against a very good Rays team. So great job by Monty in his 6 1/3 innings of work. And then the bullpen came in, got the job done. Chapman did not make it easy in the ninth. Had first and second, no one out in the top of the ninth, but found a way to get out of the jam. And he's still only blown 1 save this year. That is fantastic. Got his 12th save of the year, I believe. And the Yankees ended up winning the game 4-3. As for the offense in that game, it wasn't great, but back-to-back games where the Yankees scored more than 2 runs, so you got to take that as a victory. That's sad, but sometimes that's what you got to do sometimes, because this offense has been so bad. Coming into the series, the offense was horrendous. The offense was horrendous in Game 1. And you had back-to-back games where the Yankees scored 5 runs and 4 runs, so you got to take that as a victory. So, Gio Urshela, bottom of the first inning, hit a 2-run shot and put the Yankees up 2-0. It's been a while since we've seen the Yankees score in the first inning, so that was great to see. And then a 2-run base hit with the bases loaded for Clint Frazier made it a 4-1 Yankees lead. So that was a great piece of hitting by Frazier, a 2-run single up the middle that made it a 4-1 Yankee lead. And that hit was the difference maker in the game, because if Clint Frazier didn't get that hit, it would have been the Rays would have scored 2 runs. It would have been 3-2 Rays win. So that was a big hit by Clint Frazier. Gave the Yankees a 4-1 lead. Bullpen, Monty gave up 2 more runs, and then Chapman got the save. And that was the ball game as the Yankees won the game 4-3 and forced the split. Well, the Yankees had a chance to win the series, and unfortunately they did not, as the Yankees lost the finale 9-2 to the Rays. It was not a fun game to watch whatsoever. Garrett Cole got the start, and you'd figure that the game would go in the Yankees' favor because your ace is on the mound against a team that doesn't hit very well. And Garrett Cole got the start. You look at his line, it looks like Garrett Cole imploded. It looks like Garrett Cole had, he laid an egg. It looks like he had a tough one. But that wasn't the case at all. Garrett Cole looked great for the first 4 innings. We go to the top of the 5th. Garrett Cole should have had a man on first base with just 2 outs, but Kevin Kiermaier ended up this was the situation, if you didn't see it. Kevin Kiermaier grounded out. He was supposed to be tagged out. He ran out of the baseline, and Aaron Boone decides not to challenge. He's ruled safe. They give him an infield single, and there's first and second, 1 out. That changed the whole momentum of the inning, because if Kiermaier was called out like he should have been, because he obviously stepped out of the baseline, Arozarena would have struck out, and Cole would have gotten out of the inning, and the momentum has completely changed in the Yankees' favor. Now, I get they had an opportunity to score in the bottom half of the fourth and take the lead. They didn't capitalize, but, Garrett Cole should have gotten out of that fifth inning. He should have. He didn't deserve to give up those runs. It was a bad job by Cole. He should not have given up those hits to Cole and to sorry, not to Cole, to Lowe and Diaz, or Lau and Diaz. But the umpires should have called Kiermaier out on the baseline. He clearly ran out. Don't know why he was called safe. Umpires are horrible in this league, and Ryan Yarbrough got some horrible calls. I'm sorry. The umpire gave the Yankees when Ryan Yarbrough was pitching horrible calls. Ryan Yarbrough got calls, like pitches were way low, and he called them strikes. I don't know who the umpire was. I think it was Chad Whitson. I think that's who the umpire was. And he gave Ryan Yarbrough tons of strikes, which clearly were not. They were clearly low, and they were clearly outside. But Chad Whitson did not call a very good game. The umpires were terrible. The offense was yet again pitiful, as the Yankees lost that game 9-2. I'm not going to get into Nick Nelson's disgraceful performance in that game. Nick Nelson is complete garbage. He is one of the worst pitchers I've ever seen throw a baseball. He has been absolutely horrendous for this team. He gave up like 4 runs in 1 inning. He's garbage. I don't even know why he's on this team. He gave up like a double to Meadows with the bases loaded that cleared the bases, and then gave up a hit to Wendell, made it 9-1. Nick Nelson is terrible. Whenever Nick Nelson comes into the game, I think that's obvious that the Yankees do not want to win. It's obvious that the Yankees are punting, because Nick Nelson is not good whatsoever. He gave up like 4 runs in 1 inning, and then the game is over by like the 7th. So Nick Nelson is garbage. He should not be on this team. When Zach Britton and O'Day get back, Nick Nelson should not even see. Nick Nelson shouldn't even be on the AAA team. That's how bad he is. He is god awful. Get rid of him, please. I can't watch him anymore. But anyway, Yankees lost 9-2, split the series. Now, coming into the series, I wanted the Yankees to win the series. They split against a very good Tampa Bay Rays team. And guys, the Yankees, I think they have a losing record against the Rays. I think they're 5-8 against the Rays this year, but they've been competitive, and the Yankees have a lot of their players out. Now, I get 31-26 is not the record that we all hoped to see, but, it is what it is. The Yankees haven't been as bad as of late, I guess. They split with the Rays after getting swept by Detroit, which was completely embarrassing, but to split against a very hot baseball team without some of our key players like Severino and Zach Britton and Luke Voigt and O'Day, I think if we see this team in the playoffs, which I think we will, I think we'll beat them, because I think when this Yankees team is fully healthy, I think we're a better team than the Rays. I do. And if the Yankees scored some runs in Game 1, they would have won the series, but coulda, woulda, shoulda. But anyway, they played competitive, I guess, but they split the series, whatever. So now we move on to the series against the Boston Red Sox, which is I'm always looking forward to, because the Red Sox are obviously the Yankees-Red Sox is probably the best rivalry in all of sports. I think without a doubt it's the best rivalry in all of sports. With the brawls in 2003 between Pedro and Kareem Garcia, and him throwing Don Zimmer to the ground, and then the Yankees beating the Red Sox in 2003, Aaron Boone hitting the walk-off, and then the next year, this was a great series for Red Sox fans. Yankees having a 3-0 lead. The Red Sox came back, won the next 4, the biggest choke in baseball history. So it's a great rivalry. It's a great rivalry. It's always fun to watch Yankees Red Sox games, even if you're not a fan of either if you're not a fan of either team. It's always fun to watch a Red Sox Yankees game. By far the best rivalry in all of sports, and I cannot wait for this series to get underway. Obviously, the Red Sox are not as good as the Rays, so this series should be not as difficult. So I'm definitely looking forward to tonight's game, especially, and the rest of the series. So Game 1 goes tonight, 7:05 first pitch. And actually, I think it might not be 7:05. I think it actually might be 7:08, because Yankees-Red Sox games are always prime time, so it's always a weird time. But I know Game 1, I know all 3 games this weekend are at 7 o'clock, so Michael King gets to start tonight, going up against Nathan Eovaldi, former Yankee. Nathan Eovaldi's had our number in the past, especially in 2018 when they won the World Series. But, he's a new pitcher now. Nathan Eovaldi, he had an injury in 2019. He hasn't really been the same since, so he's very hittable. He's not having a great year. He's not having a great year this year. So let's hope we can find a way to score some runs off of Nathan Eovaldi, please, because I am tired of the Yankees scoring 4 or 5 runs a game. And Michael King gets to start for the Yankees tonight. It doesn't look good for the Yankees. If you're looking at this game on paper, it doesn't look good. But you know what they say. Baseball is not won on paper. You can never predict the sport of baseball. Baseball is the weirdest sport in the world. You can never predict it. You can have, the Yankees could throw out the worst pitcher in the history of baseball. They could throw out Nick Nelson. And the Red Sox could have, Chris Sale on the mound. And the Yankees could win the game 10-0. You know what I mean? You can never predict baseball. So let's hope the Yankees can come out tonight. Let's hope Michael King can give us a solid outing, and the Yankees can open up the series with a victory. And then Game 2 goes tomorrow night as Eduardo Rodriguez, who has been horrible this year, going up against Jameson Taillon, who hasn't been great either, but he's been better as of late. And then Game 3 is, I believe it's Garrett Richards for the Red Sox, and then going up against Domingo Germán. So a 3-game set against the Boston Red Sox starts tonight. Drop your predictions for the series. Do you think the Yankees win the series? Do you think the Red Sox win the series? Drop your predictions on the series down in the comments below. And for some reason, if you saw the lineup, why is Miguel Andujar not playing? I mean, I get Clint Frazier has been playing well, but where is Miguel Andujar? Why isn't he playing? It doesn't make sense to me. Andujar has been one of our hottest hitters. He hit a home run, which I forgot to mention, in yesterday's game. Why isn't he playing? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. But Andujar's not playing. The Yankees lineup still looks pretty good, so I guess I can't really complain. But 3-game set against the Red Sox starts tonight. Let's hope King can pitch well, and let's hope we can score some runs, please. So that is going to do it for this video. I apologize for the late upload. I'm going to try to stay more consistent with nightly uploads for the Yankees and also have Giants videos and Knicks videos. Obviously, I'm going to have a Knicks video previewing the offseason for the Knicks, potential trade targets and players they could sign in free agency. I'll have a video talking about that. And also just recapping the season that was, recapping the playoffs, all that. I'll have a Knicks video coming out pretty soon, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Also, Giants. Anything that comes out with the Giants, I haven't made a Giants video in a long time. So, I think since the schedule prediction, I have not made a Giants video. So, if anything comes out Giants related, that's, worth talking about, I'll have a Giants video out on the channel pretty soon because I've missed making Giants videos. It's been so long since I made a Giants video. I promise I'm gonna have one on the channel pretty soon. But Yankees, Red Sox tonight. Drop your predictions for the series down in the comments below. So that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll talk to you guys tonight. Peace. Go Yankees.